me get Mark 9 and 28. Hold on, brother. We're gonna talk to you in a second. Yeah, Mark chapter 9 and verse number 28. Right? Because that's you using proper judgment. Right. But hey, listen, apostles had proper judgment as well. Those are the ones that walk with Christ. But there's certain things that they couldn't even do, even after Christ gave them power to do certain things. Because certain demons, you might be. We got brothers that have been in the truth for X amount of time. They're still caught up on that weed demon. Some brothers are still caught up on the lust spirit. There are certain things that the Lord told you of how to prop. Because you can take the games, we can throw them out, right? But you can go right back to the sword. Right. But the Lord said this, if you're sincere about really trying to get that spirit off you, the Lord said this.
It is the book of Mark, chapter 9 and 28. No. And when he was come into the house, his disciples asked him privately, why could not we cast them out?
So there was a spirit that was on a man, the apostles tried to get the spirit off of him. Same just like us. We might have spirits that are on us, and we can't seem to just get rid of that spirit. Right. The Lord said this.
And he said unto them, this kind can come forth by nothing but by prayer and fast.
But by what?
But by prayer and fast.
So if you sincerely want to get rid of that spirit, you got to hop into a fast. Right. You got to pray to the Most High to remove that spirit. Because the Lord said, when you read the book of Tobit, the 12th chapter, the Lord said prayer is good with fasting. Right? So you want to do those together. You want to pray on a daily. Brothers here pray at minimum really 3 times a day. Say again, it's fasting. So fasting has benefits, it has health benefits. Brothers out here know about that. There's health benefits to fasting. But how much more spiritual benefit? So if you know that's a win-win. You get to take care of your health, and you get them spirits off you through the spirit power of the Most High. Right?
I got to do some fasting.
You gotta do some fasting, brother. You do fasting once a week.
Every day, though.
You do a fast once a week for 24 hours, brother. You're going to start to notice the results, not only physically but spiritually. Right. Right? You had a something. Okay, you got any more questions, brother? You good, brother? You got a flyer, right, King? All right, well, the elder going to give you a flyer. All right, brother. But definitely check us out. Let me get Isaiah 62 and verse number 6, man. And then we can talk to this one.
Every day.
Chapter 62 and verse 6.
Bring it up. I have set watchmen upon thy walls. Right. O Jerusalem. Oh who? O Jerusalem. Which shall never hold their peace, day nor night. Right. Ye that make mention of Yahweh, keep not silent.
What the Lord said?
Keep not silent.
One more time.
Keep not silent.
Of course, we're going to open up, give it all praise, honor. Hey, what's going on, brother? Take a flyer with you, King. Take a flyer with you. The elder over the side got a flyer. We're going to open up, give it all praise, honor, glory to the Most High God, Yahweh. And we do so by Shema Mashiach, man. What you say, brother?
There's the Bible right there.
I know. We have the Bible right here. What's your question? Like, let's get to the bottom of the matter, brother. What do you got?
I like smoking weed every fucking day.
Well, did the Lord say you can smoke weed, brother?
Yes.
Give me 1 Corinthians 3 and verse number 16.
Yes, indeed.
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 3 and verse 16.
Know ye not that ye are the temple of God?
The Lord said that we are the temple. We had a physical temple twice. We'll have a third one. But right now, we're the temple of the Most High, and what?
And that the Spirit of God dwell in you.
So the Spirit, the Most High, us being the Israelites, the Most High God's Spirit dwells within us.
What about the fourth one?
Hold on, brother. Read.
If any man defile the temple of God.
The Lord said, if you were to defile the temple of the Most High, you being the temple of the Most High, you smoking weed and putting illicit drugs into your system, that is damaging or destroying the temple of the Most High. The Lord said, hold on, brother. You can feel something. The Lord said that many are deceived by their own vain opinion. Right. So you can feel that, brother, but at the end of the day, give me whole Proverbs chapter 11 and verse number 12.
I feel high, I don't feel damaged.
You can feel high, brother. That's the whole point of weed. But that doesn't mean that it's good for you. The Lord, read this again.
How do you know that it mean that?
Verse 16, know ye not that ye are the temple of God, and that the Spirit of God dwell in you? If any man defile the temple of God,
if any man defiles the temple of God, what did the Lord say?
Him shall God destroy.
What did the Lord say?
Him shall God destroy.
Brother, you can feel like when you high, you touching the stars and you up there with the Most High, or you feel good and you don't feel damaged. But at the end of the day, that's destroying your lungs. When you pick up that backwood, when you pick up the blunt and the Rello in the game, it literally has, brother, it says it has a surgeon's warning on the label. I don't have to be a doctor when a surgeon has his own label. When his surgeon has his own label on the
be a doctor.
What is yo? This brother's just scoffing, bro. Like, yeah, it's just goofy. Read this.
This is Proverbs.
You have to be a
Proverbs
doctor,
14.
brother.
This
In
is
verse number 12.
This is Proverbs chapter 14 and 12.
Bring it out.
There is a way which seemeth right unto a
So
man,
this man thinks he can just smoke weed. There's a way that seems right unto man, but what?
Every day.
but the end thereof,
But the what?
but the end thereof
Is what?
are the ways of death.
Are the ways of death, brother. So you can believe what you want to believe. That's cool at the end of the day for you. But the Lord said at the end of the day that that's the way of death. Hold the book of Jonah, chapter 2 and verse number 8. Jonah 2 and verse number 8.
Where does
So
the
you, brother, you
Lord say
gotta
that
you gotta repent, brother. You gotta repent at the end of the day. That's what we're out here to tell our people, is that they can't smoke weed, they can't be shaking ass in the club, they can't be doing all this wickedness in the sight of the Most High, because the Most High will get up with you.
Right.
The Lord will destroy you for thinking that you can just go off and do whatever you want.
That's open every fucking weekend.
Read this.
This is Jonah chapter 2 and 8.
How you ladies doing? Sisters, y'all believe in God? Y'all got 2 minutes for the word of God? They don't really believe, man. They don't got time for the words of the Most High God. Nobody got time for the words of the Most High today, apparently. Read this.
This is Jonah chapter 2 and 8.
Bring it out.
They that observe lying
What
vanity,
the Lord say?
they that observe lying vanity,
Do what?
forsake their own mercy.
What the Lord say?
Forsake their own mercy.
The Lord can have mercy on you, but when you start observing those lying vanities, the things that you're talking about, it's medicinal purposes and X, Y, and Z, the Lord can forsake that mercy. And now you're going to get yourself jammed up. So we're here to tell you again, brother, that you have to repent and keep the commandments of God.
right.
Do you know your nationality, brother?
I do.
What's your nationality?
I am black.
And see, that's the problem. This is the foundational problem with our people.
Right.
Is that we think we black. Black is a color. Brother shirt's black.
Right.
And not that I think it, I know it.
How do you know you're black?
Because my skin is that color.
Is your skin this color, brother?
It is.
Show me. Show us that your skin is that color.
You see it right now.
We're looking at it. In direct comparison.
Yes.
Is that black the same as your brown skin?
It is.
What skin color is your skin?
It's black.
Look at your shoes.
It's black.
Give me Proverbs 24 and give me verse number 7, man. I know. The Lord said to speak not in the ears of a fool.
You don't see black.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 24 and verse 7. Wisdom is too high for a
What
fool.
the Lord say?
Wisdom is too high for a fool.
Read.
He openeth not his mouth in the gate.
And this man is opening his mouth in the gates, which is a problem. The elders would have gave this man the boot by round when you really study the scriptures. So, brother, you have to repent and keep the commandments as an Israelite. And you have to put down the blunt.
I smoke weed every day.
We know, brother, you told us 10 times already. We keep
Every
hearing it, brother.
day.
We don't care. We're trying to tell you that you gotta stop doing that before the
You
Most High
care.
gets up with you. Somebody hold Hebrews chapter 10 and verse number 31. Go ahead, you can bring it up.
This is Proverbs chapter 17 and verse 11.
Yo.
An evil man seek,
Hey, what?
an evil man
You start sharing.
seeketh only rebellion. Therefore, a cruel messenger,
Hey, what?
a cruel messenger shall be sent against him.
You just want to go against every. That's why the Lord said that that rebellion is as witchcraft. And the Lord said that what? You shall not suffer a witch to live. So we know that the Most High God, you just keep being rebellious against the words of the Most High, against the commandments of the Most High. The Lord said a cruel messenger will be sent to your doorstep one of these days, brother. So repent and keep the commandments. What's going on, brother? How you feeling, brother? Hey, brother, real quick, let me ask you a question. What's your name, brother? So you just watching? Well, I mean, I just want to have a quick dialogue with you, King. I just want to show you something.
Not right now, I'm just listening.
You believe in the Bible?
Yeah.
Said you do. All right, all praise the Most High. So what we're trying to do is show. Well, I'm gonna ask you one more thing. What's your ethnic background?
No questions. I'm just listening.
No questions. Would you consider yourself black,
Yes, I do.
brother? Come on, don't come up here and you don't want to engage in a dialogue. You just want to check out what's going on. You want to check out what's going on. We can explain what's going on. The signs ain't gonna tell you everything, brother.
You have eyes, don't you? You see, he's black. He's black. Look at him.
So, brother, you don't. All right,
He's
I'll
not
pray. Well,
white.
we just gonna get straight to the point, brother. We try to show that we're the Israelites according to the Bible. That we're God's chosen people. Brother in the back, what's your ethnicity, brother? What would the world call you nationality-wise?
Black.
Jamaican, black,
Black.
Afro-American, African, or Afro?
Black.
Afro. But an Afro is a hairstyle.
Yeah, but let me explain something to you.
All right. Let this go by. Hey, brother, take a flyer with you, King, real quick. Check that out, brother. You an Israelite, King. Go ahead, brother.
Okay. All right, we got to understand Marcus Garvey was the one who created this flag
yeah, I'm
for
familiar.
all people within the ethnicity.
Okay.
But the thing is, people don't really know their history because they only listen to what they've been taught in school or what elders are teaching them that they, like Jesse Jackson, he was one who confused us a lot.
Right.
And the fact is, the Afro-American flag was full of colors, black, green, and red, but it's the color of all of us, but we were mixed in, you know what I'm saying? It don't have nothing to do with what land you're from, you know what I mean?
I mean, no, I hear you there. Just like you said, Jesse Jackson coined the term African American in '86, right? So it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, all we're doing is going by what God called us. I mean, I'm sorry. We're going by what man called us. Whether it was Marcus Garvey, Jesse Jackson, the so-called white man, whatever the case is, that's still man's terminology and labels placed on us. You follow me? Because our people have been lost for a long amount of time. Can you go back to Colossians 1:26? The brother brought out earlier. Because our people have been lost for a decent amount of time. Or scratch that. Give me Isaiah 1 and 3. Haven't brought that in a while. Let me get Isaiah 1 and 3. Our people have been lost, so our people continue to, not just us, other nations of people. The white man called us all types of black and niggers and X, Y, and Z. Those are all labels that have been placed on us. Same thing with African American, same thing with Afro American, same thing with people of color, Negro, X, Y, and Z. These are all just labels that have been given to us throughout the end of the time. You follow me? So watch this, read this.
And this is Isaiah chapter 1 and verse 3. The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib.
So the ox and the ass, those are two dumb animals, right? But they still know their master. They still don't know their master's crib, right? If an ass get lost, he knows where to go back to. He knows how to get back to his master's crib. But what?
But Israel,
who?
But Israel,
But the nation of Israel does what?
doeth not know, my people doeth not consider.
I mean, our people don't even know who they are. You follow me? Because our people are so comfortable calling themselves black, so comfortable calling themselves African American, Latinos, and X, Y, and Z. They don't even care to dive. Give me Job 8 and 8. They don't even care to dive into the information to understand that those are labels.
We're not
when you predate the 15 and 1400s, when you go past that, so-called black people were alive. 1, and 2, we weren't calling ourselves black. African American, those terminologies didn't come into existence until we was brought over into this land and were forced to serve the white man. And then they gave us what they wanted to call us. You follow me? Read this in Job.
It's Job chapter 8 and 8.
Bring it out.
For I inquire, I pray thee, of the former age.
Of the what?
Of the former age.
And what?
And prepare thyself to search of their father.
To the search of your father. So the Lord said that you got to go in the past. You got to go search these things out because our history in America stops at a certain point. You can't get past the 1615 and 1600s with our history. They're going to cut it off. The only thing, black people came to existence when the slave ships showed up. The Nina, the Pinta, the Santa Maria came over here. That's when our history shows up in the books. So now you want to, but they'll tell you about what was going on in the 1300s. They'll tell you about what's going on in the ancient times with the Egyptians, with white folk, with the Babylonians, but you'll never read about black people in history. You follow me? So now we have to be the brothers that come out here that have done their due diligence in their history and research to show our people that we are indeed in the ancient world, but we wasn't calling ourselves black. We wasn't calling ourselves Negro, African American. What, brother?
One more thing I'm going to put up. Sure. Like, okay, you talk about the Palestinians, right? You know, we said that was their land. Okay, they were from the Middle East, this and the third.
Are you saying the land of Israel, the today's land of Israel was the Palestinians' land?
Yeah, and they pushed them out. Israel's pushed them out and put you all through North Africa. That's why they're in North Africa.
When? You talking about like when they came into the land?
Right.
So that land, if you can
I mean, it was there for thousands of years.
Right. So what are you talking about? Are you talking about when Israel came out of Egypt? So when Israel came out of the land of Egypt, that land wasn't the Palestinian land. Right. That land was known as the land of Canaan, where the land was it was the land of Canaan, right? Where the Perizzites, who am I looking for?
Hittites.
Yeah, the Hittites, the Perizzites, the Canaanites, all these various nations of Ham were all dwelling in that land. The Lord called, can you get that? And what you give that wisdom? The Lord said that those people, he had to destroy them and remove them out of that land, give it to the land of Israel for the most odious works that they've done, because they were doing all manner of witchcraft, eating things with blood, drinking blood, and doing all these things. That land did, like your modern day Palestinians, are just Arabs. Those people weren't in that land at the time. It was the nation of Ham, who are your modern day so-called actual Africans that are putting the gauges in their lips and in their ears and stuff like that, and bathing their hair in what's that? Cow piss. Stuff like that. Those are the people that were in that land at the time. Right. You found that? Yeah, come.
And this is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 12 and verse 3. Right. For it was thy will to destroy by the hands of our fathers both those old inhabitants of thy holy land, right, whom thou hatest for doing most odious works of witchcraft.
The Lord said that he hated those people that were in their land for doing what? The most odious works of witchcraft.
Wait,
what else?
Read it on. It says most odious works of witchcraft and wicked sacrifices.
Right.
And also those merciless murderers of children.
See that? Because they were doing the sacrifices. That's where what's the word I'm looking at?
What they were sacrificing
unto Baal.
What's the other guy?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to think of. Molech. That's where you get the sacrifice unto Molech, where they had your son or daughter pass through the fire. That was going on in that land before Israel got there. But it wasn't Palestinians. It wasn't Arab people. It was the Hamitic people that descend from Canaan, the Canaanites, the Perizzites, the Hivites, and X, Y, and Z. No. Who?
They look like what they call Africans in Africa.
You can say they look like us because they're dark skinned, but as far as like, I want to say your visage or your visual features and X, Y, and Z, they don't look like us. You go over there and get an actual Hamite, an actual African, and compare them to us, they don't even have the same skull structure. Right. They don't look like us in any. They don't carry the same genes or anything like that. So they're not us. Just because they're dark-skinned people doesn't make them us. All skinfolk and kinfolk. Follow me? Because you'll find an East Indian man that's darker than this brother. Does that make him black, or does that make that person an Israelite? No, exactly. So that's the point we're saying. That's the point we're getting at. That land wasn't occupied by Palestinians at that time. Right. Palestinians are now in that land because what you have is in 1948 you have it was technically written in 1917 and then rolled out in 1948, which is known as the Balfour Declaration. Right. Now within the Balfour Declaration, that was giving the white people that are over there now. Give me Ezekiel 7 and verse number 24, and give me the book of Revelation chapter 3 and verse number 9. You have what's known as the Balfour Declaration. The Balfour Declaration was allowed the nations that are in there, that the people that are in that, the white men that are in that land now, for that land to be now known as the state of Israel. Right. It was never known as the state. It was always known as the land of Israel because the people that were in that land were Israelites. After they came and took that land over from the Hamitic people that we just talked about. So when they came into the land, and they established the state of Israel, there are pockets of the land in which Palestine, they give those cities or land masses to Palestinians. So it's not that Palestinians own that land. It was a Hamitic land. But after the But after we have the Balfour Declaration, pockets of land was given they allowed those people to dwell in that land of Palestine, but that land was never given to them, right? Like for example, our people were always in that land, we're in that land, but because of our sin, we were exiled out of that land, and then that land was given to other people, right? Like watch this. Let me get that.
This is the book of Ezekiel, book of 7, chapter 7 and verse 24.
Get your hand off. Get your hand off.
It's in a brown box. It's in a box.
He did.
My bad.
He said nothing about witches. Hey brother, get off of me. Don't touch me.
Ezekiel chapter 7 and verse 24.
Right.
Listen.
Wherefore,
said nothing
I
about
will
witches.
bring the worst of the heathen.
I want you to hear this. This is Satan right here. That's all that is. This is literally just Satan. Read this.
Wherefore, I will bring the worst of the heathen,
right,
and they shall possess their houses.
So the Lord said He was going to bring the worst of the heathen. The worst of the heathen, the base men of the earth, is the so-called white man, is Amalek, right? That comes from Edom. So they're all just Edomites. The Lord said He was going to bring the worst of the heathen, and they're going to inherit that land. Right? Read that again.
And they shall possess the house, and I will also make
no, read from the top.
Wherefore, I will bring the worst of the heathen.
The Lord said he'll bring the worst of the heathen and what?
And they shall possess their houses.
Right.
I will also make the pomp of their strong to cease.
So the Lord said he will bring the worst of the heathen and they're going to inherit their houses. This is why we don't have that land currently and why you have so-called white people dwelling in that land right now claiming to be us. Right? Let me get that in Revelation. Give me Luke 21 and give me verse 24. Brothers got locked in too. Let's still lock in.
Revelation. They want to be us so bad.
They want to be us so bad that they don't even have, like, at least Indian people and Chinese people, at least they got their own culture. They got their own gods. These people want to be us so bad they don't have no culture or God that they have to take ours. They got to take our land. They want to take our God. They want to be us. That's how bad these people have absolutely nothing, which is why the Lord called them vagabonds. Right? Let me get that.
Luke 21 and 24?
Yeah, let me get that.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 21 and verse 24.
Bring it out.
And they shall fall by the edge of the sword.
Talking about the nation of Israel. This is Christ. He's prophesying. He's letting know that they're going to fall by the edge of the sword. This is when you look up when Jerusalem got sacked in 70 AD by the Romans. They came in and killed over 1 million of our people. They killed millions of our people. The Lord said that they shall fall by the edge of the sword and what?
And shall be led away captive,
right,
into all nations.
Because that's what happened. Our people then went in captivity into all different nations. Right? Read on.
And Jerusalem.
And what?
And Jerusalem.
In the land of Israel. Jerusalem shall what?
Shall be trodden down of the Gentiles.
Of the who?
Of the Gentiles.
Meaning that it's going to be occupied by the Gentiles till what?
Until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled.
So that time when Christ comes back on the scene, and our people he brings our people back to the land. Until then, the Lord said that that place is going to be trodden down by the Gentiles until that time is fulfilled. You follow me? So those people in the land, those aren't the real Israelites. Those aren't the real Jews. We're the real Jews.
Right.
And that's why the Bible says that. Read that in Revelation.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 3 and verse 9.
Bring it up.
Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not.
Which what?
Which say they are Jews and are not.
The Lord called them the synagogue of Satan. Do you know what the word synagogue means? It just means the chief house. The chief house of Satan, which what?
Which say they are Jews and are not.
Right?
But do lie.
But do what?
But do lie.
Which say they are Jews and are not, but do lie. Read.
Behold, I will make them to come and worship before thy feet.
So the Lord says he's going to have them come and worship us. Why? Because they're doing the most blasphemous thing you could do on earth, claiming to be us. That's the highest rate of identity that you could possibly have. It's to the point where they're claiming that they're literally taking your identity. They claim to be Israelites. They get all the benefits and the money and X, Y, and Z for being a so-called Jew. Meanwhile, we're over here dwelling in this land, at the bottom of the land, being subject to payments, getting shot down by the cops, on all types of drugs, shooting each other and killing each other and X, Y, and Z. All these things happen with us. One, because it's the curses, but two, it's all at the end of the day, it's the Most High. Follow me, brother? So what's your nationality? What's your ethnicity? Yeah, you said you were Afro-American. That's a hairstyle that was created by men. Follow me? So when we go by these different, like this brother got an Afro, does that make him watch it? Hey, excuse me. See, you don't want to talk to us. If we ask him right now, based on the crowd that he's with, he's not going to be so-called black or African American. He's going to be Arab or East Indian or something of that nature. Because he has an Afro, does that make him Afro-American? No. Nah, you see what I'm saying? So that's just a label that was given to our people. Follow me? When you go into the Bible, you don't find African American, you don't find black or Latino or anything of that nature. You're going to find Edomites, you're going to find Ishmaelites, you're going to find Israelites, you're going to find Moabites, and so on. So the question would be, when you have all these different categories of people, which one would you be? Which one would you essentially? How you know that?
You get that bust up every week. That's like,
I mean, I'm going to just call myself.
You win, our brothers got eyes on you, brother. We know you, brother seen you. Now we're just trying to test the theory. Have you learned what you...
Man, because Eve think they know everything. Our women think they so smart, but really, the Most High, this they kingdom too when it come down to it. That's why they just feel like they can do what they want to do. But if they really knew the word, they would understand the commandments of the Most High God. Right? Let me get this in Isaiah 43. We're the witnesses of the Most High. The northern kingdom and the southern kingdom are known as the witnesses of the Most High, as well as Moses and Elijah. Right? Read this. 43 and 9.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 43 and verse 9. Let all the nations be gathered together, and let the people be assembled.
Right.
Who among them can declare this? and show us former things, let them bring forth their witnesses, that they may be justified, or let them hear and say it. It is the truth.
Right, so that's the other nations they bring. The Lord said, let them bring their witnesses to say this is the truth. But what? Verse 10.
Verse 10. Ye are my witnesses.
What did the Lord say?
Ye are my witnesses.
Read.
Saith the Lord.
Right.
And my servant who I have chosen.
Right.
That ye may know and believe me, and understand that I am he. Before me there is no God.
Right.
Formed. Neither shall there be after me. I, even I, am the Lord.
So the Lord said that we're his witnesses. We're the two witnesses that you read about when you read Revelation, the 3rd chapter. Elijah and Elijah and Moses, they also represent the two witnesses as well. Right? Read on actually this. It's going to tell you.
Verse 4. These are the 2 olive trees and the 2 candlesticks standing before the God of the earth. And if any man will hurt them, fire proceeded out of their mouth and devoured their enemies. And if any man will hurt them, he must in this manner be killed.
Right? Hold on. 11, start verse number 5.
And this is Revelation chapter 11 and verse 5.
Right.
And if any man will hurt them, fire proceedeth out of their mouth and devoured their enemies. And if any man will hurt them, he must in this manner be killed.
Right.
These have power to shut heaven, that it rain not in the days of their prophecy.
So what man prophesied and shut up heaven? Elijah. Read.
And have power over waters to turn them to blood.
And what man turned the waters into blood? Moses. Read.
And to smite the earth with all plagues,
right,
as often as they will.
And what man smote the earth with his plagues? Moses. Right. So when you dive deep into the who 2 witnesses is, it's just on a multifold. You also have Zerubbabel and Joshua. You have Moses and Elijah. You have the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom. Right. So we're the witnesses of the Most High that come out here as ambassadors to speak unto the nations, unto the heathen. What's your ethnicity? Where are you from? Say you mixed? Well, no man is truly mixed, but that's beside the point right now. Yes. What's the ethnicity of your father?
Mixed. Black and white.
Black and white. What's his father? So what's your grandfather on your father's side?
His grandfather was from Jamaica. His mother was black and Irish.
His mother was black and Irish.
Yeah, my grandfather was from Jamaica.
Right.
I'm sorry. My father's mother, my grandmother.
Yeah.
She was from a family that her grandfather came to America. He was a black stable boy from Ireland.
You said your grandmother?
Yes.
On your father's side?
Yes.
So your father?
Yes, my father's mother.
Yes.
Her grandmother came to America.
Yep.
The white Irish woman who came to America with a black stable boy.
Yep.
Got here.
Yep.
They got together.
Okay. All right, now how about your grandfather on your father's side?
My grandfather's from Jamaica.
Your grandfather's from Jamaica? Correct. So is he from Jamaica or is he Jamaican?
Jamaican, and he came here to America as a young boy. He left his father, because his father married another woman. He was about 13 years old was on his own.
You said he was what? No. I thought he was alluding to, was your father the slave of your, you said somebody brought some stable boys.
Yeah.
Correct, no, he wasn't a slave. The guy worked for her family. When they came here, they came as opportunity, just to have someone to travel with. Once they got to America, they hooked up, got married, and family.
Okay, so now let me ask you this. Your grandfather on your father's side.
Grandfather, father's side.
Was he at any point in time when he was in Jamaica, was he in bondage or slavery?
No, sir.
No. Okay. So what we're trying to show is that according to the Bible, see, this is how people get caught up too. Because when you start to go down the lineage a little bit, then you start to uncover things, because then it just becomes, oh, he was just Cuban, or he was just Puerto Rican, he was just Jamaican. What we're trying to show our people is that the so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native American people, that they're the true Israelites according to the Bible. We're the real Jews. Now, your father, you said he could, your father's father, you said he could be Jamaican, but he wouldn't be a descendant from the children of Israel. Because you're Jamaican, it doesn't mean that you are you come from this lineage. Because you can be in Jamaica like what's a good example?
My mother.
Say again?
My mother.
No, not just my mother, but what's the word I'm looking for? Oh, Bob. Thank you. My bad. Bob Marley. For example, Bob Marley. Everybody thinks he's Jamaican. So all the people like smoking weed, they want to be what's it called? What are they? Rastafarians. They want to get into all that and everything, and they think that he's the chief Jamaican. His father's a white man, which means that he's not a child of Israel. Because everybody to a certain point were like, this man's an Israelite. Right. This man's an Israelite, X, Y, and Z. This man wouldn't be. He would actually be from, where's the sign? He would be from the tribe, he would be from the nation of Edom. which your father's father would be from the nation of Edom, which means that you would be from the nation of Edom. Now the question is, now what is an Edomite? That's the question that we have to get to now. What is an Edomite? That should be a question you ask. Somebody give me Genesis 25. Somebody give me Genesis 25 and verse number 25. Because when you go into the Bible, you don't read about Jamaicans. You don't read about Caucasians. You don't read about African Americans and Puerto Ricans, Dominicans. You read about Moabites. You read about Ishmaelites. You read about Israelites. You read about Edomites. You read about Ammonites. You read about all these different nations of people. So when you dive, you believe in the Bible? So when you dive into the Bible, you have to understand who the Edomites are according to the Most High God. Who's got that? Genesis 25.
I got it.
Bring it up.
This is the book of Genesis chapter 25 and verse 25. And the first came out red.
And the what?
And the first came out red.
Let's start up. Let's start, where are you going to start at? 24.
Verse 24. Verse 23. And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb.
This is Jacob and his wife, right? The Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in your womb. Read.
And 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels.
So basically 2 different people, when they come out, they have to be separated straight from the jump, from the bowels, right? Read.
And the one people shall be stronger than the other.
And the one people are going to be stronger than the others. And what?
And the elder shall serve the younger. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. And the first came out red.
And the what?
And the first came out red.
All over like a hairy garment. And they called his name Esau.
And they did what?
And they called his name Esau.
The first came out and he was red all over like a hairy garment. And they called his name Esau. This would be the father of the Edomites. Right? And what?
Verse 26. And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob.
Notice how they didn't describe what he looked like. But they described the first one. They said he was red all over like a hairy garment. Right? Now, what people in society walking around look red? The only people that have no melanin, no color, because even Chinese people got a little bit of color to them. Arab people, who else? East Indian people. All these nations of people have some type of melanin, whether it's a little or it's a lot. But there's one group of people in particular that don't have any. What people you say that is? Caucasian people. Because whether they're happy, whether they're sad, whether they're cold, whether they're hot, they always turn red, regardless. So the Lord said that the first came out red all over like a hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. Well, the Lord has prophecies in the Bible that is set up for the Israelites, for the Ishmaelites, for the Moabites, and for the Edomites. So you would fall under the category of the Edomites. From what the information, the evidence that we've just uncovered, that will be the nation of people you would descend from. We would descend from Israel. We would be the Israelites, right? We would come from Jacob, the second. We would technically be brothers. But you broke the brotherly covenant, right? We're going to show you what the Lord has set up for the nation of Esau at the end of the day. Somebody hold 2 Ezra chapter 6 and verse number 54. Give me the book of Numbers chapter 24 and start at, I believe it's verse number 20. I believe. Yeah, it is. It started at verse number 20. Or it's 23 and 19. It might be 23 and 19. Try 20. Let me see 23 and 19 real quick off the show. That's not it, right? Start you from a.
Oh yeah, you want
24 and 20, right?
18.
18?
Start at 17.
17, bring it out.
And this is Numbers chapter 24 and verse 17.
Right.
I shall see him, but not now.
Right.
I shall behold him, but not nigh.
Right.
There shall come a star out of Jacob.
Right.
And a scepter shall rise out of Israel.
Right.
And shall smite the corners of Moab.
Right.
And destroy all the children of Shem. And Edom shall be a possession.
What the Lord say?
And Edom shall be a possession.
So what it's saying is that when it's talking about this, it's a prophecy about Christ to come. It says a star shall rise out of Jacob and a sepulchre out of Israel, right? And it smite the corners of Moab and Sheth, and Edom shall what?
Shall be a possession.
Read on.
Seir also shall be a possession for his enemies, and Israel shall do violently.
So the Lord said that Edom's going to be a possession. Now, why out the gate would we just say that Edom's going to be a possession?
Because he was born of a different
Nope, born of the same mother,
That's right, yeah.
born of the same father. But the Lord said that Edom's going to have to be a possession. Why? Give me the book of Obadiah chapter 1 and verse number 9.
This
When
book
you
of
get a
Obadiah.
chance, go home. You have a Bible? Read it. Actually pull it out. I want you to read it with me. We can read it together. Sisters, y'all take flyers. Take flyers, sisters.
Hey, sis, you gotta cover. Sis,
Sisters, y'all gotta put some clothes on too.
Yeah.
The problem with our women, bro.
That's crazy.
That's why like Meg Thee Stallion, and that's why Cardi B, they just call them glorified strippers.
Horse.
And our women just take right after. Right. Thinking that that's cute. Everybody like, come on now, that's madness. That's wickedness. I'm gonna wait for him to get there. Obadiah. You ever heard of the book of Obadiah?
Yes.
How many chapters are in it?
That I don't know.
Pretty easy. It's probably the easiest answer you could probably get.
Small ones, I want glasses.
Hey man, take your time. It's gonna be a slow burn. And hold Ezekiel 25. And hold Ezekiel 25 and verse number 14. Huh? He might be. Might be yours. Obadiah.
Okay, 1 and 9.
I'm waiting for him to get there. The minor prophet. Obadiah comes right after Amos, I believe, and right before. Because not only that, let me get that in First Ezra, where the Lord said, they said, raise it. The Lord said, because your people, even the people that burned down the temple. When you read in the Old Testament, when you read about the Babylonians that came in and destroyed Israel, and Nebuchadnezzar went on 3 different what's it called? What are those things called? Sieges. There was 3 sieges of Israel, and Nebuchadnezzar came in and took our people captive, not one by one, but siege by siege, and removed us from the land. Guess who was there to burn our temple down? Who? Edomites.
Right.
Edomites was right there. Hooping and hollering, yeah, raise it. That was the one that took that put your hand a part of it. That was actually the ones that took the initiative to burn down our temple. Watch this, Reek, you got that? You take your time.
I know it's 8. Who are the Khazars?
If I'm not mistaken, don't quote me on this, but if I'm not mistaken, the Khazars, they come from, I believe it's they come from the Amalek. Yeah, the Amalek.
East of Russia, south of Mongolia, west of the Ottoman Empire.
You're changing the subject. You're talking about
where they were from. That's where they were from.
Yeah.
Where they're from, and where you descend from, because Israel's everywhere.
No, I'm talking
but that
about
doesn't.
the Khazars.
It's irrelevant though, because the point is that Khazars today, they would still be Amalek, because Amalek goes by different sections of people.
But the Khazars pretend to be Jews.
There's a lot of people, the Ashkenazis who pretend to be Jews, but at the end of the day,
the Khazars are the relatives or the. Say what you just said again.
the Ashkenazis also pretend to be the real Jews as well as the Khazars.
The Ashkenazis are the Khazars.
You can,
they
but you.
are the descendants of
That's
the
okay. That's fine. Because but the Khazars, that's fine. At the end of the day, what's the word I'm looking for? The bottom line, when we come down to, is that they go back to Amalek. Because even when you deal with Ashkenaz, you can look at that sign. Ashkenaz would be the so-called Germans. They come from they don't come from Ham. They don't come from Shem. They come from Japheth. Right. So listen what I'm saying. Because the Lord told you when the promise that was given unto Esau was that they would have to live by the sword and they would get the dew and the fatness of the earth. The Lord made them a vagabond throughout the earth, which is why they don't have inheritance. We were just talking about this. They don't have inheritance. They don't have a land. They don't have a God, which is why they had to go into this land. The Lord said in Ezekiel, the 7th chapter, that he would bring the worst of the heathen and they were going to possess our lands because they don't have a God that...
But I disagree that they don't have a God.
They don't have a God because
Satan is their God.
Satan is that, right. That's cool. But at the end of the day, the Moabs have a God. Ishmael has a God. But the Edomites, they serve on the earth, they're the spiritual devil, the spiritual demon Satan. And on the earth, they're the devil on the earth. They had to go into our land, take our possessions, act like they worship our God, possess our belongings, call us by our name. But that's how we know that they're vagabonds and devils on the earth. Because the word devil just goes back to mean deceiver. So they're literally deceiving the entire earth by doing what? By acting like the. But you know what's funny? Those are your people.
Right.
Because they go back to Amalek. The Lord said he would have war with Amalek from generation unto generation. We wouldn't even be in this situation if David would have did what the Most High told him to do, which was eradicate the Amalekites from the earth. But guess what? He did it. And now we're in a situation they're claiming to be us. But at the end of the day, where there's Amalek, Khazar, Esau, it all goes back to the Edomites at the end of the day, which would still be your people at the end of the day. So when the Lord says that these things are going to happen to your people, that your people have to be cut off from the face of the earth because of your violence against our people, that's what's going to happen. Because your people, whether it was you, whether it didn't have to be you, it didn't have to be the white woman down the street or the little son that they got. The Lord said, give me Isaiah 14, verse number 21. What's up? Saul. Yeah, I'm sorry, I said David. Yeah, Saul. Saul was supposed to cut off all the Amalekites from the earth, and now we're in the situation because he didn't do it. Now those are people that are claiming to be our people. But like I said, it doesn't matter if it was you, if it was the white lady down the street, her little son that was just born in the regeneration. The Lord said that your people have to suffer for the sins of what your forefathers did. Hold Lamentations chapter 5 and verse number 7. Because we suffer for the things that we've done. We suffer for the sins of our forefathers. The fact that we suffer for the sins of our forefathers, what unjust balance would it be for you not to have to suffer for the sins of your forefathers? The grace of Yeshua HaMashiach. Now watch this. Give me Lamentations 5.
This is the book of Lamentations, chapter 5 and verse 7.
Bring it out.
Our fathers have sinned.
Our fathers have sinned and are what?
And are not.
And they're not here. But what?
And we have borne their iniquity.
And we have borne their iniquity. You mean we're suffering from their sins. The Lord's punishing us for the sins of our forefathers, but that would make no sense that we're going through this right now after the death, burial, and resurrection of Christ. But because Christ came and as you think, died for everybody, you don't have to suffer for the sins of your forefathers. That would be an unjust balance, which the Lord said in Proverbs, the 11th chapter, is abomination with the Most High God. So when the Lord, what you got? Isaiah 14? Let me get that. So when the Lord said this,
and it's Isaiah chapter 14 and 21.
Bring it out.
Prepare slaughter.
what the Lord said?
Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their
For
fathers,
the iniquity of their fathers. That what?
that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities.
So based off of what you said, by the grace and power whose real name is Hamashiach Yahushua, that would be the real name. It's not Yeshua or Yahuwah. It would be Yahushua Hamashiach. And based off of what you said, through his grace and mercy, it would then null and void the prophecies that we're reading about in the Old Testament, where Esau has to be eradicated from the face of the earth and suffer for the sins of his father. If Christ came to die for everybody and wipe away those sins, that means y'all get to get off scot-free. When we didn't even get to get off scot-free. Right. That would be an unjust balance. You got something? Bring it up.
This is the book of Job, 27. Yeah, this is my drink. This is the book of Job, 27, verse 13.
Bring it out.
This is the portion of a wicked man with God.
This is the portion, because the Edomites are the wicked of the earth. They're the people that are deceiving. And this is why the Lord said that in 2nd Ezra 6 the book in 2nd Ezra chapter 6, he tells you that Esau is the end of the world, but Jacob's the beginning and follower. Esau's the wicked of the earth right now that has built up all these cities, introduced their doctrine, their religion, and their democracy throughout earth, and it's literally going in on false accusations to kick down doors to start war, just to get natural resources and minerals and stuff from a land. Off of like, oh, these niggas damn bombed the Twin Towers. You bombed the Twin Towers, but it's a proclamation of war just so you can go in and get that oil. Esau does stuff like that because they're warmongers, right? Read.
This is the portion of a wicked man with God,
Right.
and the heritage of oppressors,
Right.
which they shall receive of the Almighty.
And this is the heritage, meaning it doesn't start and stop with you, it continues down the lineage. Read.
If his children be multiplied,
Meaning if the wicked man has children and they're multiplied, read.
it is for the sword.
What did the Lord say?
It is for the sword.
Read.
And his offspring shall not be satisfied with bread.
So the Lord said, if the wicked man's children be multiplied, it is for the sword at the end of the day. So your people, yeah, you live on the top right now. Maybe not all you. You may not live the best life, but that's what we call a two-time loser. You have this kid. See, we have what's called a glass ceiling. We can only get so high in society where we peak. LeBron done peaked. He's looking up, but he can't get past that glass ceiling. Oprah, you name Tyler Perry, they hit that glass ceiling. See, as for you have what's called white privilege. where you can continue to pass that and look down on LeBron if you wanted to, but you didn't. So now you're lost to this kingdom, and the kingdom that's to come, you don't even have a chance to win in that one, because that kingdom's going to be established by the children of Israel, by the children of the Most High God. The Bible says the saints will possess the kingdom, will possess the kingdom forever, even forever and forever. Meaning that we're going to be the rulership on the earth in due season. Which is why the Lord said, this is the patience and the faith of the saints. This is they that keep the commandments of the Most High. And that's what we're doing right now. Read, you got scripture. All right, where you going? Listen to this. Listen to this real quick. Bring this up.
This is just going back to this point that we as God's chosen people, we had to face punishment and judgment. So how much more y'all?
Right.
This is Jeremiah 49.
No, read it again. You read it.
And they helped forward the affliction.
Meaning that the Most High was displeased with our people, so He punished us. But your people helped forward the affliction.
Right.
Meaning it was supposed, like I said, it's supposed to be a line in the sand, but your people just kept egging it on and just kept going and kept going. Next thing you know, our people are damn gator bait. Our people we're using us for human leather. Our people are going through all different types of atrocities simply because your people wanted to help forward the affliction.
Right.
That makes sense?
I hear it. Yeah.
All right, so it looks like you in the gym. You might want to continue to get in the gym, because a brother up here, he gonna need his cotton picking in the kingdom.
Not gonna happen, bro. I love you, bro.
We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
What do you mean it's not going to happen? What do you mean by it's not going to happen?
But if you believe it's not going to happen, that means God's prophecy won't take place.
No, what I'm saying is I'm not getting this.
You said you're not going to get what?
Anybody says that.
That's all right. We'll see. I do got one more question.
Serious. Salvation, baby. And you said your father on your father's side was what?
My father?
Yeah.
White and black.
On your father's side?
Correct.
You said
My mother's side was white and black as well.
Okay, when you mean white and black, you mean your father's father was what?
Father's father was black. Somewhere along the way, there was somebody that was white and his mother's side.
How do you know he was black? Because you say he wasn't in slavery, right? In Jamaica, correct?
My grandfather?
Yeah.
My grandfather was a black man.
But you say he wasn't in slavery, right?
No. He was.
So he was in Jamaica during the time of captivity 100 years ago. Who was still slaves in Jamaica 100 years ago?
We're talking 1900s, somewhere around then he came to America.
Okay, and he didn't live, none of his family lived through slavery.
That I don't know. I don't know if any of his.
Was he? I don't think he had siblings. Was he English?
Yeah. I don't think he had.
Was he British? Was he British? Was he English or was he the English man that was inhabiting Jamaica, or was he the man that was brought over to slavery?
I wasn't there, but he was a black man. He was a porter on the railroads through the 30s, 40s, and 50s.
So this is what we'll say to that. Like the brother said, the judgment, if you are indeed a so-called white man, whether you want to or not, you're going to go in slavery. Now, if indeed you come from a lineage of Israel, and your father was indeed a so-called Jamaican, and his family lived through that slavery, then you will come from the tribe of Israel, or tribe of Benjamin. You'll be an Israelite from the tribe of Benjamin. So if I was you, I would really go back, you gotta figure that thing out. Because like the brother showed you, from what you told us, the information we got from you is that you're an Edomite. But if you're not an Edomite and you truly are an Israelite, it'd be wise to go back and do your research.
Yeah, I read the Bible.
No, it's bigger than that. You got to go back and actually do your research, because you either going to be destroyed, and you should want to know how you can please the Israelites in these last days. But if you are an Israelite, then we will humbly say right now we were wrong.
I would apologize on camera.
If we were wrong. But you should go back and do your research. I appreciate it. All right. Everybody have a wonderful, blessed day. I enjoyed the conversation. Enjoyed the education.
Let me get Jeremiah 6 and 2. I'm sorry, 51 and verse 6. Go 6 and 2. And I'm going to pass it to the next mighty crew through the Spirit of the Most High.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 51 and verse 64. Bring it out. And thou shalt say, thus shall Babylon sink.
What did the Lord say?
Thus shall Babylon sink.
Read it again.
Thus shall Babylon sink.
Read.
And shall not rise from the evil that I will bring upon her.
And with that, we're going to close out, giving all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High God, Yahweh. We do so by Shema Mashiach, Kwam Lak Yahushai. Kom Yashala.
Kom Yashala.
Kom Yashala.
Kom Yashala.
Kom Yashala.
Kom Yashala.
I present